Hey guys, happy Sunday. I wanted to jump on here and talk to you a little bit about being cut back and maybe broken down, but getting to your roots to really build yourself back up in whatever form you want to. So, what made me kind of think about this topic and get on this topic was this plant right here. So that plant is from my dad's funeral. It's a tropical hibiscus, and if you know anything about me, you know that I have a black thumb. I will kill any plant I come in contact with, and somehow, by the grace of God, I have kept this plant alive for 3 years now. But it has not been without trials and tribulations. So I had to cut this plant down. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry with all my moving stuff in the background, but we had to cut this baby down almost all the way to the roots because it just wasn't thriving. And sometimes that'll happen when you bring a plant in. It's an outdoor plant and we bring it indoors when it gets really cold outside, and it sometimes doesn't really like that. So it made me think about, my journey, and back 3 years ago, I was not happy with where I was. I was falling apart, I was broken, and I wasn't thriving. And so what I did was I kind of cut myself back, cut off all the dead leaves, I trimmed everything back, and I broke it down to the basics and really figured out who I wanted to be and where I wanted to go. And when you do that, it can be really scary, and change can be really scary. And for some reason in my DNA, I do deal with change pretty well, I think, but it still doesn't mean it's not stressful or, change is just change. That's life, right? So when you deal with change, you just have to be okay with this kind of growth period of not looking so pretty. It doesn't look so pretty. It looks dead and bare and just not pretty. And that's where I was 3 years ago. I didn't like where I was. I didn't like where I had to start. And sometimes you just have to cut down to the roots, get down to that soil, and really spend some time nourishing your roots and nourishing your soil and figuring out how you best grow and how you best become your best self. And when you do that, I promise you this plant, we're gonna do a follow-up here in 3 months, a month. I promise you that baby will be back bigger and greener than ever, because this has happened to this plant before. And in your life cycle, you might have to do that more than once. You might have a life change that has just thrown you on your ass and you don't know what to do. And so you got to go back and you got to say, well, this happened and I'm going to have to figure it out. And sometimes you have to go back to the basics and go back to the bare bones again. Maybe it's when you're 20, maybe it's when you're 30, maybe it's when you're 60. It might happen a couple times in your life. It's happened 3 times to this little plant so far in its little life. And every single time I have had to repot it into a bigger planter because it comes back bigger and better than ever every single time. And I nourish it with better soil, and I learn how to better adapt it, better help it so that it can adapt quicker, and every time it comes back quicker and it comes back bigger and it comes back prettier every single time. And that's kind of how life is. You're going to get broken down, you're going to have to make decisions, and you're going to have to cut yourself back down to your roots and start again, and that's okay. And sometimes you might not, hey Julie, sometimes you might not like to do that and you might feel like you're starting over, but that's just life. And you just gotta rock back to the beginning and start again. Sometimes if you've gained a little bit of weight or you've lost a little bit of progress on your journey and you take those before pictures and you're like, damn, I wish I just wouldn't have gotten that far or lost, where I was, or I wish I was like I was in, high school or college or whatever time period you thought you were, in great shape or whatever. And you just gotta realize that was the past. your roots and your soil are different now because of your life experiences that you've gone through, but that doesn't mean that you can't nourish what you have and grow to be even bigger and more beautiful and just better than ever. So I am taking it back to my roots right now. Me and this plant here are going to grow some beautiful things in the next couple months, and I hope that you guys do the same and that you'll join me. And yeah, that's about all I had to say. I didn't really have a whole lot today, but I just wanted to jump on and say hi and kind of tell you what I was thinking about. So I will talk to you guys later, and have a wonderful Sunday and have a wonderful week. Bye.